Today is December 10th, 2025, and we're standing at the main entrance of 15 Central Park West. Today we're going to be walking all the way back to Midtown Manhattan and exploring the inside of the St. Patrick's Cathedral that is finally all decorated for Christmas. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started on the walk. Now, as you know, 15 Central Park West is one of the most sought after and coveted luxury condos in New York City. It was developed by the Zeckendorf developers, and the architect on the deal was Robert A.M. Stern, who unfortunately passed away this Thanksgiving Day in 2025. In the distance, you can see 432 Park Avenue, the Essex House, and Steinway Tower. And we're also standing outside the Trump International Hotel and Tower. Here's the red Cybertruck we always see. This is considered the very start of the Upper West Side of Manhattan. This is West 61st Street and Broadway. And if you were to make a right here by this Target and continue up Broadway, you would reach Lincoln Center. It's an extremely, extremely windy night too in New York. Across the street you have the New York Institute of Technology. This will bring us directly into Columbus Circle. Seems like it's starting to rain a little bit too. Unfortunately, they close off this patio here. This used to be open to the public right outside of the Trump International Hotel and Tower. You can see the bottom half of the building is the hotel, the top half is the residences. I actually want to go up and cross to the other side of the street so we could see the facade a little bit better of 15 Central Park West, as well as the skyline of Midtown Manhattan, notably Billionaire's Row. There's a lot of colleges here in the area. You have the New York Institute of Technology. You also have Fordham not too far away. You have the Juilliard School of Music. And then, of course, you have the CUNY John Jay College of Criminal Justice. Right now, we're looking at the tallest building on New York City's Billionaire's Row. This is Central Park Tower that stands 1,550 feet tall, and right in front of it is 220 Central Park South. That was developed by Vornado, and the architect on that deal was also Robert A.M. Stern. Oftentimes when you see these beautiful limestone buildings in New York City, chances are there's a high possibility that Robert A.M. Stern is responsible. Just a really great architect. Now, when we're back in Miami, probably the first week of January, we're going to be checking out a lot of the works of Zaha Hadid. One of my favorite works, architecturally speaking, of hers is the 1000 Museum building in downtown Miami. Here you have a great shot of 157 as well as Steinway Tower. As we come up to the main intersection of West 60th Street and Broadway, this is right by the Deutsche Bank Towers. This building, as I've mentioned before, is the former AOL Time Warner Center. The developer responsible for this building is related Related is also responsible for the Hudson Yards. And they take really, really good care of their properties. Let's briefly take a detour here because I want to show you the main entrance to the Mandarin Oriental. I don't think we've explored the Mandarin Oriental during the holidays this year. We've been inside the plaza, we've been inside the peninsula, the St. Regis, and many others. I don't think we've seen the front of the Mandarin Oriental. Also, speaking of Miami, when we're back down there, we're going to be checking out their new property on Brickell Key. Brickell Key is a small island off of Brickell in downtown Miami, which is mostly residential. They're going to be taking down the old Mandarin Oriental Hotel and building 2 new buildings on the last and final buildable lot in Brickell Key. There's going to be a brand new Mandarin Oriental Hotel and the Residences Tower. And maybe we'll do a quick walkthrough of the showroom as well. So here you have it. The main sky lobby of the Mandarin Oriental is really beautiful as well. There's a little restaurant also overlooking the entirety of Central Park as well as Columbus Circle, with the view extending down Central Park south.
No, not yet. We're coming back down. Oh, okay. Oh, when you come back down, okay. Just read about the road again.
Here you can see Jazz at Lincoln Center. Since we're here, we might as well go inside. This is now the shops at Columbus Circle.
That's kind of what I thought. I just wanted
And every year they have this coordinated light show. And here's the main entrance. There's some great restaurants in here too. you've yet to see the Christmas decorations at Hudson Yards, you must. And now we'll exit. Dead center in Columbus Circle. What you're going to see here in a moment is the 59th Street Columbus Circle train station. You're going to be able to get the 1, B, D, C, and A trains here. And this will loop us back around to Central Park South. So Central Park will run from 59th Street all the way up to 110th Street Cathedral Parkway, and it goes all the way to 5th Avenue and then back down by the Plaza Hotel on the east side of Manhattan. And this is now 8th Avenue. Looking downtown. This is the corner of West 58th Street and 8th. And we're about to pass the Museum of Arts and Design. We're going to go around the circle and we're going to walk down Central Park South. But as we wait for the light, we'll quickly look back at the Deutsche Bank Center. You can see those two recognizable towers, with the northernmost tower being the Mandarin Oriental Hotel. They now have a Mandarin Oriental Hotel, or excuse me, the residences on 5th Avenue, which were built for pied-à-terre buyers. And for those of you who don't know what a pied-à-terre buyer is, it's essentially, it's not going to be their primary residence. So if you're in New York City, maybe for, a few weeks out of the year, but you like the Mandarin Oriental brand, you could choose to purchase a condo there and you get all the amenities and the brand of the Mandarin Oriental.
He's gonna come at some.
Does it really matter if she comes?
This is now Central Park South. The vast majority of buildings all up and down Central Park South are residential and hotels. We're going to see some very famous ones, with one of my favorite buildings being the J.W. Marriott Essex House, which is just a stunning Art Deco building. This restaurant right in front of us, Maria, was recently closed down for renovations. It's now back open. It's a very good restaurant. And this entire walk down Central Park South, you'll be able to see the Pierre Hotel on the east side, as well as the Sherry Netherland Hotel. A little bit unrelated, but perhaps if you're looking for an interesting read over the holiday, Hanukkah, and Christmas break, I would pick up the new book 1929 by Andrew Ross Sorkin. And even if you're really not big into finance, I think you'd find it interesting, particularly if you fancy New York City history, because whether you like it or not, if you want to talk about financiers in America, particularly during the Roaring 20s, the vast majority of that history is going to lead you right here in New York City. So it's a really good read so far. It talks about the history of J.P. Morgan, his son Jack Morgan, how they ran one of the world's most powerful banks, and the history of the economic boom of the Roaring 20s leading up to the 1929 stock market crash. And again, even if you're really not a big fan of finance, there's a lot of interesting New York City history embedded in that book, talking about the original Morgan Library, some of the big meetings that a lot of the bankers had right there in that Morgan Library that you could visit right on Madison Avenue. In addition to that, it talks about the New York Federal Reserve down in Lower Manhattan when the building first opened and a lot of what went on down there. In any event, if you're interested in any of that history, check it out. 1929 by Andrew Ross Sorkin. Also, one of my favorite stock traders of all time is mentioned extensively in that book. Jesse Livermore, as well as Bernard Baruch, two of the greatest stock traders of all time. And a CUNY public college in New York City, Baruch College, is named after that financier. Here you're looking at the New York Athletic Club with 157 in the distance. Hopefully this scaffolding will come off sooner rather than later, because this is a wonderful building, the New York Athletic Club. Just as Carnegie Hall was covered in scaffolding for many, many years, we're finally starting to get the scaffolding down off of Carnegie Hall, and it's a stunning building. The very front of the New York Athletic Club, in which case we'll walk directly in front of the J.W. Marriott Essex House, which, by the way, has been completely renovated on the inside. It's quite the stunning property. If we can, let's quickly take a walk through the lobby.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See beautiful moldings on the ceilings. You also have a brand new restaurant in the lobby as well. It's very elegant in here. This is real, by the way. It's stunning.
Oh, no, grab 58. Hello?
And this way is going to be the entrance on the 58th Street side. That's a really pretty Christmas tree. Oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
So that's the entrance to Bourbon Steak. That's a very good steakhouse, by the way. And the ambiance in there, the dining room, is one of the best in Manhattan. What'd you guys think of the new lobby in there? If you ever get a chance to visit the city, even if you don't stay at the Essex house, try out the new restaurant, Bourbon Steak. It's a little pricey, but it's very good.
I'll go bread.
We're now walking right in front of the Hampshire House, which is another one of my favorite buildings. If you've ever been inside 157 West 57th Street, which is the first building ever constructed on Billionaires Row, developed by Extel, many of the units have these unbelievable views just sitting right above the Essex House sign. And it's such an incredible view because you get all the history, all the beautiful Art Deco of the JW Marriott Essex House with an unobstructed view of Central Park. One of the biggest misconceptions that I see is that many people equate being higher up, generally speaking, with more desirability, but as these buildings have gotten so big, right? For example, 157 is just a hair over 1,000 feet. Central Park Tower is 1,550 feet. If you're sitting down in your living room and you're looking out, and you're so far above all the other buildings, you really don't have any view, right? As you're living, if you want a view, you have to walk directly up to the glass and kind of have an observatory view. But if you're trying to maximize for living, you actually want to be on a slightly lower floor where you're either just hovering above the surrounding buildings or you're within eye level of those surrounding buildings. In any event, we've now made it to 6th Avenue. We are looking downtown to Radio City, and you could even see the spire of the World Trade Center. And this building sticking out with the spire is 53 West 53rd Street. That's a Jean Nouvel building. But this building right in front of us is the Ritz Carlton Hotel and Residences. This is 50 Central Park South. This is a really, really nice building. The building right behind us is the Trump Park East and Trump Park Residences. And of course, you're right in front of Central Park. You have all of this Central Park frontage. I really like all those Christmas trees on top of the Ritz. It's really lovely. Now these three buildings, you see the building on the right, that's the Sherry Netherland. The building in the middle is 520 Park Avenue. And the building all the way to the left was the Pierre Hotel. And it has this very interesting copper top. So the top is actually discolored. And it's this very vivid green color. It looks fantastic in the sunlight. Here we're coming up on the Park Lane Hotel. This was also closed down during the pandemic and fully renovated, so it's brand new in here. It looks great. This is one of the more affordable hotels on Central Park South, so if you're looking to save a little bit of money and you don't want to spend the Plaza Hotel prices or the Ritz-Carlton prices or the JW Marriott prices, oftentimes you can find cheaper prices there, so to speak. And it looks like they put up the largest menorah for Hanukkah right across the street from Grand Army Plaza South. Right now we're going to walk past the residences at the Plaza Hotel. This is 1 Central Park South. Many people get it confused, but if you're walking past the Plaza Hotel on Central Park South, you're walking past the residences. So this is where people own condos, rent apartments in this building. They would use this entrance with these big red carpets. However, if you're staying in the hotel as a guest, you would use the entrance closest to, or I should say, looking at Fifth Avenue. And you're always going to see a lot of really nice vehicles lined up on the side. This is the valet for the Plaza residences, so to speak. You're always going to see really, really nice cars like Rolls-Royce, G-Wagons, pretty much anything you could imagine. They'll have it parked here. Here you can see residences only, and you'll have it roped off. But as you're walking down here, you can see a lot of the detail, even on these lampposts. I mean, look at how stunning that is. And of course, you have all the Plaza logo. Let's just wait for this guy to go by.
You're an illegal migrant. An illegal migrant.
And we've now arrived at Grand Army Plaza. So here you could see that big menorah right across the street. I'll zoom in on it for all of you to have a quick look-see. And now these are really great views looking up at the General Motors building, 432 Park Avenue, and Trump Tower. If you're curious to see the inside of the Sherry Netherland Hotel, I filmed an entire historical walking tour about the Sherry Netherland and took everybody to the entire 17th floor of the building, which is currently for sale for about $20 million. If you want to see what it looks like in there, just navigate to the channel and check it out. And hopefully all of the construction will subside soon. Looking up, this is the Crown Building, which is now home to the Aman New York residences and the hotel. To the right, you'll see the Apple Store. To the left, just past the Sherry Netherland, a lot of people don't know this, but this building right here with all the scaffolding, this was the original Playboy Club in New York City, 5 East 59th Street. Now, the prior owner had roughly about $85 million worth of bad debt on that property. The property went into foreclosure auction, and a jeweler by the name of Avi & Co. won the auction, and he's going to turn it into this unbelievably beautiful jewelry store right off of 5th Avenue and office space. And here we have a wonderful shot of the Plaza Hotel with the spire of Steinway Tower in the back. In the building just to the left of the Plaza Hotel houses one of the most successful hedge funds in history, Tiger Global, which, by the way, the PM, or the hedge fund manager, the founder of Tiger Global, is Chase Coleman. And very, very seldom does Chase Coleman make public appearances or give interviews. But this year at the Robinhood Investing Conference, which is a charity, Robinhood is a charity that helps underprivileged New Yorkers, homeless New Yorkers. In any event, he was hosting a keynote speech there, and I would highly, highly advise anybody interested in the investment business to go watch that, because Chase Coleman doesn't give public appearances ever. And Chase Coleman obviously runs Tiger Global, one of the most successful technology-based hedge funds, and he worked directly under Julian Robertson. So Julian Robertson, for those of you who don't know, is really the founder of hedge funds. And a lot of the analysts who used to work for Julian Robertson and broke off to make their own hedge funds, those hedge funds are called the Tiger Cubs. So, like Viking is another Tiger Cub. Pantera is another Tiger Cub. So some of the best analysts and hedge fund PMs out there that used to work for Julian Robertson broke off to start their own thing. Those are considered the Tiger Cubs, and there's one of the best ones on Wall Street just off to our left. So go check it out. You can just type in on YouTube Chase Coleman Robinhood NYC 2025, and you could listen to his keynote, really like a moderation. He was a moderator talking about AI, hyperscalers, data centers, private credit, things like that. Okay, we're now on 5th Avenue. We're right outside the Bergdorf Goodman. And from here, we're going to have a great view of the Tiffany building. This is the Tiffany flagship. Tiffany is now owned by LVMH Moët Hennessy, and they poured about $500 million into doing a full renovation of the building. And then we have the Crown Building just off to the right. Jesse Livermore used to have his office in the Crown Building as well. And I'll quickly pull off to the side. This is 57th Street and 5th. And you're looking at the main star, or the snowflake, I should say, on 5th Avenue. And then this is the Four Seasons Hotel that is finally back open, with Trump Tower off to the left. Trump Tower, by the way, is open to the public. So if you're walking around New York City, walking around 5th Avenue, and it's freezing, you could go inside the Trump Tower. It's open to the public, and they have restrooms in there, they have restaurants, they have a bar. It's quite nice, so take advantage of it. The restrooms are all the way in the basement, all the way to the back corridor. This is now 56th Street and 5th. Fifth Avenue is so beautiful during the holidays, and there's just so much energy here, which is one of the things I enjoy most about New York City. If you ever wake up and you're feeling a little bit lethargic, if you could just force yourself to get outside and walk around the city, it's almost like you automatically have to snap out of it, because the city just gives you so much energy. This is the Dolce & Gabbana store, which looks very festive for the holidays. And we're also going to be passing the Peninsula Hotel and the St. Regis Hotel. If you're walking southbound on 5th and you're passing 55th Street headed south, the St. Regis is going to be on your left, the Peninsula is going to be on your right. Two beautiful buildings. I love how it's kind of backlit with that classic yellow lighting. Makes the facade of the building pop. And here we have the Peninsula. Oh, speaking of the Mandarin Oriental residences, right above the Coach retail store, you can see the brand new Mandarin Oriental 5th Avenue. It's adjacent, one of my favorite buildings in New York City. It's the University Club. The University Club sits right at 54th Street and 5th. It's an unbelievable building. It's really starting to rain now. So here you have it, the University Club. This was designed by McKim, Mead & White and was completed in 1899. Now, I'm sure if you've been watching our New York City walks, you know exactly who McKim, Mead & White is, or were. They were responsible for the original Penn Station. This is now the steps of the famous St. Thomas Church. And once we come up to St. Patrick's Cathedral, we're actually going to take a walk inside and check out all the beautiful Christmas decorations inside St. Patrick's. I do quickly want to pull off to the side because I want to highlight one of the newest Class A office towers to Fifth Avenue. Now what you're looking at right now is the brand new headquarters of Rolex. 665 Fifth Avenue is going to be the brand new headquarters, I should say New York City headquarters of Rolex. And no better place for it right on Fifth Avenue. Shopping district of the world, really. Wow, the Cartier store looks stunning. In my view, their light display is the best this year. It's classy, it's elegant. It's not too overly gaudy. I'll try to pull off to the side so I can show you in more detail.
It's a big size bag. Forget about it. In New York.
And the Cartier store is right next to Skims, which is the old Versace flagship that Kim Kardashian took over. And we are now almost to the final destination. And we're going to be taking a full walk through St. Patrick's. Citadel, or Ken Griffin, purchased the air rights above St. Patrick's Cathedral so that he can build his 350 Park Avenue office tower a little bit bigger. And that air rights sale caused a lot of controversy because, as you know, if you are a religious institution, you do not need to pay taxes. So it was a multi-million-dollar windfall for the Catholic Church that they didn't have to pay taxes on. right, we have the light. Okay, let's go ahead and close up our umbrella. And I have to open up my bag. Let's do the old bag check.
It's so kind of cool.
Yeah, yeah. One thing at a time, I guess.
Just one,
Yeah.
two.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Have a good one.
Les nacen alas como de águila, corren y no se cansan, caminan y no se fatigan. Palabra de Dios.
Have a good one.
Jesús dijo, vengan a mí todos los que están fatigados y agobiados por la carga, y yo los aliviaré. Tomen mi yugo sobre ustedes y aprendan de mí, que soy manso y humilde de corazón, y encontrarán descanso, porque mi yugo es suave y mi carga ligera. The Gospel according to Matthew. Jesus said to the crowds, "Come to me, all you who labor and are burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am meek and humble of heart, and you will find rest for yourselves. For my yoke is easy and my burden light." The Gospel of the Lord.
Please be seated. Se pueden sentar. I must say it's a great honor to be able to be here with you and celebrate today the launching of the Good News Room in Español, in Spanish, las buenas noticias en español. Years ago, I remember watching one of my favorite news channels, and they were talking about the fitness LeBron James trade. You remember that? When he went from Cleveland all the way to Miami? And all the reporters were waiting around. And this is what was said by one of the reporters, a journalist, who is actually a teacher at one of our schools. He said, and I quote, to his students, "There is no money in being right. There's money in being interesting." We repeat that again. There's no money in being right. There's money in being interesting. And I must say, it shocked my heart. Because as you know, people turn to the news, people turn to the media to find out what's happening, what's going on. And do we really tell the truth? Do we reveal what really needs to be told? That's why today I rejoice, because we're celebrating the good news. Not of the world necessarily, but the good news of Jesus Christ. Amen? Hace años atrás escuché esto y lo comparto con ustedes. Era un reportero famoso y él es un maestro en una de las universidades ilustres de nuestra ciudad. Y le dijo, no hay dinero en estar correcto, hay dinero en estar interesante. Repito, no hay dinero en estar correcto, hay dinero en estar interesante, en ser interesante. Y eso me dolió el corazón, ¿no? Porque como reporteros debemos de decir la buena nueva. Y la buena nueva no solamente del mundo, sino la buena nueva de Jesucristo. Amén. Now, two words for us to reflect on today. Dos palabras para nosotros reflexionar. One, hope. La primera, esperanza. La segunda, santo.
Okay, what did you guys think? That was the inside of St. Patrick's. And it looks like they have a Spanish mass going on, which is pretty cool to see. We're now going to head back to 5th Avenue, and we'll make a left. And if it's not too crowded, maybe we'll end it with a quick view of the Rockefeller Center Christmas tree. I think the tickets for the midnight mass are sold out and accounted for weeks in advance. However, you can watch it on a live stream.
It is sick.
I'll quickly pull off to the side just so you can see how the main entrance to St. Patrick's is decorated. Right in front of us you have Saks Fifth Avenue. The good thing is that the NYPD has closed down 50th Street to through traffic. Once we go through the police barricades, you'll be able to see the Rockefeller Center Christmas tree. And here it is.
From 5 to 11. But it didn't say like on the hour.
It's definitely a lot less crowded than on the weekends. Let me know what you guys think. Do you like the Wall Street tree better? Or do you like the Rockefeller Center Christmas tree better? Alright everyone, if you enjoyed that walking tour, subscribe to the channel, leave a like on the video, and as always, we will see you in the next one, and thank you so much for watching. Take care.